Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, Papergo toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesweets.hamptonin.com. At munciesweets.hamptonin.com.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Standards. High standards. That's what sets teams apart. It's also what sets us apart at Pridemark Construction. We're not alone in holding our standards high. Ball State University is among those who do. That's why we're proud to sponsor the Ball State Athlete of the Week. High standards in everyday performance is everything in sport, as well as business. Join us in our pursuit of excellence. Join Pridemark Construction for your next building project and in our support of Ball State University's Athlete of the Week.
For the best stories, access, and coverage of Ball State sports, follow SportsLink on social media platforms Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Search @BSU SportsLink.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Your home for live Ball State sports, streaming right in your timeline.
This is SportsLink Digital.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, Papergo toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
Welcome to Worthen Arena for today's Mid-American Conference matchup between the visiting Bowling Green Falcons and the Ball State Cardinals. I am LJ Shrieve. To my left, Dylan Budd. Dylan, how are you doing on this fine Saturday?
I'm all right. You know, NFL playoffs are underway, but you got to love some Saturday action between two very good teams. It's going to be a very competitive game ahead of us, and I'm very excited to see how these two teams match up.
I'm very curious as well. It should be a good one. The Falcons coming off a win in their most recent game, and then 2 games ago, their only loss in MAC play came against Akron, 71-68, where Bowling Green led the whole game until the final 4 minutes, and so they are a good team. They know how to compete in MAC play, and so they come in here with a lot of confidence, sitting at 1-1. The Cardinals dropped their most recent game this past week at home to Miami. Both teams 1-1, sitting in the middle of the MAC. What do you expect in tonight's game?
So both teams have very, very similar playing styles. There's a lot of slashers on each side. Slashers, offensive players that are very, very good one-on-one. So they rely on that one-on-one ball. So on defense, if you can shut down one guy, you shut down the offensive possession. On offense, if they can get the better of the person in front of them, or get a screen and get ahead, get in the lane, then that's an easy bucket for either side. So it could be a very offensive game, or it could be a game where we see final scores of 60s.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how this one matches up. One matchup I'm super excited for, Marcus Johnson and Peyton Sparks. Peyton Sparks returning to Ball State this season after last season being with the Indiana Hoosiers. And then Marcus Johnson, transfer from Wheeling, D2 school, where he was 14th in the country in points per game last season. He's their big man, but can space the floor really well, can shoot. I'm curious how the Cardinals will match up against him. He's very versatile. He can also move the ball. He's smart. It'll be fun to see him command the offense. And when Peyton Sparks has it for the Cardinals offensively, he's coming off his best game of the year, where he had 20 points, 16 rebounds, and he was recognized for the 1,000-point mark in Ball State basketball history. Both players coming in with a lot of confidence and momentum. It'll be interesting to see that matchup today.
Absolutely. Sparks has been on fire as of late. He's been averaging 16 points, 14 rebounds in the last 3 games. He's 4th in the MAC so far in rebounds per game, and he's had double digits in his last 3 games. This is a guy that is the bruiser for Ball State. He came back from Indiana University. He added on some pounds because they wanted him to be their bruiser, but ended up not getting enough minutes. So here he comes back at Ball State and brings such a physical presence to that team. When you look at Marcus Johnson, he's very, very similar. He's a guy from Wheeling, and he absolutely killed it there, going from a D2 Wheeling school to a D1 Mid-American Conference Bowling Green school. He's seen a lot of success as well. Both of these guys, LJ, Marcus Johnson's 265, so is Sparks. Sparks has the height advantage. He's 6'10" to Johnson's 6'7". The two of them are going to be going at it all night, and I'm so excited to see how that transpires.
It'll be a fun one. Sparks to tip for the Cardinals, and then tipping for the Bowling Green Falcons, Jeremiah Felt. The Falcons in black with white and orange trim. The home Cardinals in white with red trim. The tip is won by the Cardinals, and we are off here in Worthen Arena. The Cardinals will have it moving left to right. Sparks has it top of the key, gives it over to Fat Hill. He will rotate it onto the right wing. Hernandez will dump it down low to Pearsons. Pearsons pump fakes in the paint and will reset with Hill at the top of the key. Finds an open Pearson on the left wing. That is no good, and rebounded by Thompson. Thomas driving, kicks it over. Campbell now will reset at the Ball State logo. Thomas will have it. He is coming off a season-high 22 points. And the previous game before that against Akron, he had 19, so he is on fire in conference play.
Absolutely. Thomas has 16 points in his last 3, but his average is only 9.7. Great performances from him.
A tough shot there from the Falcons. Will go strong and rebounded by the Cardinals. Quickly moving left-right. They will penetrate and reset with Hill on the right wing. Dumps down low to Sparks. Sparks guarded by Felt. He will swing it over to Hernandez. He's in the corner. His three-pointer rattles around the rim, goes short, tipped around, and loose ball is won by the Falcons.
You saw a lot of attention on Sparks in that possession. That's going to be able to have the Cardinals space the floor a lot better, and you're going to see much more opportunities around the perimeter.
Johnson has it at the top of the key, guarded by Hernandez. He's going to take the weight advantage, but loses the ball, and here come the Cardinals. Hill slashing into the paint, gets tripped up by Thomas, and there will be a blocking foul that goes against the Falcons. That's foul number 1. 18:34 to go in the first. 0-0 remains the score.
And we're just a minute in, and these guys are already going at it. We've seen 2-3 attempts. Johnson almost had one down low on the other end of the court. They're already coming in with a fire.
Sparks gets it off the inbound, spins around, and gets a bucket on the left block for the first basket of the game.
Seemed to be motioning that Johnson was too small. We'll see how that matchup goes for the rest of the game.
Thomas has it at the top of the key, dumps down low to Johnson. He works off a screen, and into the paint he goes. Double team is brought. He finds a cutter down low, a nifty pass. Foul will go on Peyton Sparks, and Jeremiah Felt will get a trip to the line where he's shooting just below 60% at 58.3. He will shoot the first two free throws of the game.
And you've seen with Jeremiah Felt, he's a redshirt freshman, and he hasn't gotten too much playing time early on. He only had 11.5 minutes per game in the month of November, but since then it's been 21.7 per game. You've seen him adjust to such a high environment, such a high level environment, and with some of the top teams in the state of Indiana, the top teams in the Midwest, he's been able to adjust pretty well.
First free throw, too strong. Second one rattles around the rim and is rebounded by the Cardinals. Hill brings it up the right side of the court, will get a screen from Pearson. He will work inside, mid-range jump shot, drops through the bottom of the net. Cardinals lead 4-0, just under 18 minutes to go. Thomas will have it at the top of the key and will set up the offense. Thomas has it working around the perimeter, now gives it Campbell. Thomas swings in the corner, Johnson has it. He gets stuck and trapped, but finds a Felt down low, guarded by Sparks. He's gonna pump fake, goes up with it, a tough finish for the redshirt freshman, and gets the first points of the game for the Falcons.
We talked a little bit about Marcus Johnson, but Jeremiah Felt is 6'10" as well, at the same level as Peyton Sparks. So they've got two guys that can battle down low. We could see a lot of twos in this contest, LJ.
Hernandez has it, almost loses his dribble, regains it, and a foul will go against Campbell. Javante Campbell, very physical there on the defensive side, getting very handsy, and the refs will catch him with a foul. Some confusion between Ben Hendricks possibly coming into the game, but he will sit back down and not come into this one yet. Hill will get it in, and they will dump down low to Sparks. Sparks goes up with it, pump fake, and gets that one to go 6-2 with 17 flat left in the first.
Exceptional exchange from Gorosito to Sparks, just being able to put it over the top and let Sparks hit it in stride.
Thomas mid-range pull-up, does not go, rattles around the rim, and drops. Here come the Cardinals. Hernandez thinks about a three, doesn't take it. Hill has it at the top of the key. He's gonna fire off a three. That one goes way short, barely hits the front of the rim, and rebounded by Johnson.
Ball State has been moving very, very quickly so far, so pacing is gonna be very important for the rest of the game. As you mentioned, Bowling Green wasn't able to finish their last game. We'll see how that goes when it gets down to the fourth quarter. Do these guys get tired, or do they continue to fight?
Another foul goes on the Cardinals. That one goes on Hill, Jeremiah Hill, that is. And once again, Jeremiah Felt gets a chance to shoot free throws. 0 for 2 on his first. Has the only bucket for the Falcons, 16:30 to go. The Falcons trail by 4, 6-2. Felt's first one drops and cuts it to a one-possession game. Hendricks comes in. Now the first substitution for either squad. Ben Hendricks from Canada, and also the Falcons have someone from Canada and a transfer from Utah. He comes off the bench right now. Wilkins Exact Jr. will check into the game. Missed all of last season due to an injury at the University of Utah. Transfers over the Falcons and will get his first minutes of the game right here. The Cardinals have it around the perimeter. Hernandez reverses it. Now Hill on the left wing. Works off a screen to his right. He will look to dump it low. Can't get it. Now Gorosito has it on the right wing. He's going to drive. Works off a screen. Lobs it down low to Hendricks. The pass just soars over his head and out of bounds. And that's going to be a turnover on the Cardinals. The Falcons will go the other way.
Gorosito is coming off a really frustrated game. He went 0 for 6 against Miami from 3, and he's their primary three-point shooter, LJ. He's done very, very well from beyond the arc, shooting 42.9% from at that spot, trying to bounce back here against Bowling Green.
The Falcons will move right to left, have it on the left wing. Campbell has it now, working on the defender Hernandez. He's going to drive baseline, kicks in the corner. Zach Jr. is going to fire off a 3. That one drops in Hendricks' face.
And you saw how much of an impact that Marcus Johnson has to this offense. Yes, he can be a bruiser, and yes, he can punish you down low, but trying to get it through a down screen by him, that's like going through a brick wall. That's such a hard assignment for any center, anybody in the front court to do.
Brenton Watts will give it over to Hernandez. He avoids the screen. He drives in. Tough finish as he beats his defender to the basket. But the Falcons will not slow it down. Off the inbound, they move quickly right to left. In the corner, Zach Jr., he's working on the other Canadian, Ben Hendricks. Takes him into the post, pump fakes, rotates around, took an extra step. The bucket will not count. And we have our first media timeout of the game. With 15:10 to go in the first, 8-7 is the lead for the Cardinals. It's been a fun one so far.
Absolutely. Jeremiah Hernandez was the one that got the layup on the other end. He's had double digits in his last 5, LJ.
Yeah, he's been a great transfer. He has bounced around, really a journeyman, but now ends here with the Cardinals this season. As they take a break, we will take one as well. We will be right back here on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptoninn.com. At munciesuites.hamptoninn.com.
You're listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena, 8-7 after the first media timeout in favor of the Cardinals. 15 minutes and some change to go in the first. Brenton Watts will go left to right and has it on the left wing. Swings it around. Hernandez cannot contain the pass. It tips off his hands, has to save it from going out of bounds, and will flip it up and stolen by the Falcons. Thomas has it on the left wing. He dumps down low to Johnson. Johnson working on the big man Hendricks. He makes a nice pass. Rotation around the perimeter for the Falcons. Penetrating in, and the bucket is up and good Braylon Green gets his first points of the game and gives the Falcons the lead.
Well done by Braylon Green, being able to identify the holes in that defense when that entire Ball State defense, it's just rotational at that point. When they keep swinging it around, they're trying to find that opening. Nice job by Green to be able to find it and penetrate.
Jeremiah Hill penetrating into the paint and gets a foul called on him there. Looks like it could have been bailed out. He was about to turn that one over. Back into the game for the Cardinals, Peyton Sparks, and in for the Falcons, Jemiah Felt. Coming out, Ben Hendricks, and then Marcus Johnson.
With such limited space, now that you're in the front court, I want to see how they handle spacing at this side of the ball.
That one turned over quickly. The inbound to Mickey Pearson's was close to the baseline, and it was called that Pearson had his foot out of bounds. That'll go the Falcons' way. They move right to left in the black and orange. Thomas has it at the top of the key. He's going to work off a screen. That one is called for an illegal screen off Jemiah Felt, and the Cardinals will get it right back.
The Cards are lucky they were able to get it back. Big possessions in this game are going to be, like we mentioned before, on the other end of the court where there's such limited space. How are they going to be able to create space, create shot openings on such a quick turnaround?
The Cardinals have it at midcourt. Ethan Britton Watts will bring it up, gives it to Pearson. He's going to look to Sparks. He gets it to him. Sparks working his way into the paint, will retreat and kick it. Rotated around the perimeter, finds it in the corner. The three-point shot does not go. Rebounded by Sparks. He pump fakes and goes right up with it. He is continuing his ability to score off the 20-point night against Miami. He is hot.
And this is why they brought Peyton Sparks back from Indiana. He already has 4 points through 7.5 minutes. He's done so well for this offense, and he brings in a new level and a new style to this team that invokes a lot more physicality.
Butler swings it around the corner. Zach Jr. fires off a three. That one goes a little bit too strong. Here comes Hernandez and the Cardinals. He will rotate it around the perimeter. With the ball is Hill. Britton Watts will swing. Now looking down low, unable to get it to him. Hernandez drives baseline. Foul will go on the ground, and the Cardinals will inbound underneath their own basket, up by 1, 10-9 with 13 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the first.
The Cardinals have been very quick in transition when they've been getting rebounds. As soon as someone can get his hands on it, you already see 3 guys sprinting to the other end of the court. It's something that I'm sure Michael Lewis absolutely loves. At the beginning of the year, it was something they struggled with, and it's nice to see the evolution of this team.
The lob to Sparks does not go. He could not control it. Thomas will quickly move the other way and gets a foul called on Ethan Britton Watts, so Thomas will head to the line, I believe, to shoot 2. That one was, it'll be called on the ground, actually, before the shot. So they will now inbound underneath their own basket. Mason Jones checking into the game for his first time today, and then also Joey Hart checks in.
Speaking of fast in transition, we just saw that with Bowling Green. Trey Thomas took that opportunity and went coast to coast with it. Unable to capitalize, but now you're in a much better situation.
Marcus Johnson back into the game, and he has Hill on him. That's a mismatch for him. He's going to go up and under. Help from Sparks forces a turnover and a travel, and the Cardinals get another stop. Britton Watts will bring it up for the Cardinals, crossing the center logo, and will work to his right. Dumps down low to Hill. Hill working on Butler. He's going to work his way into the paint, retreats, finds a cutting Sparks. Sparks is going to get it out to Hart. Hart swings it around to Britton Watts. Britton Watts drives in. Baseline floater is up and good. A 3-point lead for the Cardinals with 12:30 to go. Quickly moving is the Falcons. Their layup attempt does not go, a little bit too quick. Sparks will have it for the Cardinals, and they will slow things down on their side of the court. Hill has it, working inside, lobs it up to Sparks. His layup is in. The connection is there, and Sparks is still rolling. He's up to 8 on the night.
The connection from Hill to Sparks is just a thing of beauty. They've been doing it all year. Even when Ball State was a little bit inconsistent to start the year, now they've picked it up because they've relied on those stars more. Jamari Hill has been doing very well. Peyton Sparks has been doing very well as of late, and that's why they're starting to get some footing under them and starting to rack up some wins. I know they just lost to Miami, but before that, had a really, really nice stretch, and it's because they relied so much on Hill and Sparks. And if they can continue to do that, then you will continue to see success from these Cardinals.
Another media timeout here, just under 12 minutes to play, 14-9. We're going to stay here for this timeout as we look at that last play. Marcus Johnson had it down low. He was guarded closely by Mason Jones. Jones started last game, now comes off the bench today, and he came in and he has a huge, Marcus Johnson has a huge advantage on Mason Jones, size-wise, height-wise, really everywhere. And Jones was able to scrap his way in there, get some of the ball, and force a jump ball, which is what forced the media timeout. Great defense there from the Cardinals. They have done a good job at slowing him down.
And that's what this Ball State team has to rely on if you want to stop Penn Johnson. You have to recognize that it's going to be very hard to stop him. You just have to contain him. And Mason Jones did a really good job. Johnson, they're at the same height, but Johnson is 265, Jones is only 229. There is a massive weight advantage between the two, and Jones was able to be scrappy and able to contain and force a turnover from Johnson. That's exactly what the Cardinals need.
As we look around other Cardinal sports today, the women's team travels to Buffalo. They are playing right now against the number 2 team in the MAC, as the Cardinals are the number 1. That's a big matchup over on the women's side of MAC basketball. Both those teams really good. Should be an interesting game to pay attention to. We will be giving you updates throughout that one as well, as that one was scheduled to tip off at 2. And they'll probably be getting that one started pretty soon.
How do you not love that women's basketball team? They've been doing so well. Allie Becky's been on fire. Alex Richard has been on fire. It's nice to see her back in action. There's so much star power on that squad, and they're just overall a very fun team. You can see it when you watch them in game. They know each other very well. They have a lot of chemistry, and it's worked out so well for them.
It has been a fun season so far for the women's squad. The men's squad picking things up, and anything is in reach for both those teams as the MAC season has officially started. The Falcons will inbound. They get it into Johnson. He is trapped in the corner. Will throw it off the knee of Mason Jones, and it'll stay with the Falcons. Good defense as Ben Hendricks helps over and forced almost a turnover, but was unable to completely force it.
And that's a good call from Michael Lewis. You had Mason Jones and Ben Hendricks on Marcus Johnson as Thomas inbounded, just containing him. I wonder if they've seen that play before, and it's designed to go to Johnson. That's why they stuffed it.
Campbell gets it off the inbound, sees a lane, drives, but turns it over. His feet got a little too excited, and it will be called for a travel. The Cardinals lead by 5, 14-9 with under 12 minutes to play here in the first. Britton Watts has it at the top of the key, gives it Joey Hart right wing. He's going to work off a Hendricks screen to his left. Will find Ethan Britton Watts on the left corner. He will work off a Hendricks screen himself and gives it Jones. Jones looking down low, unable to find Hendricks. The Cardinals working around the perimeter. Falcons doing a great job not letting anything inside. As I say that, the Cardinals get a look inside. It is left short, but they get the tipped loose ball rebound and find Hendricks once again. He's going to go up with it on the right block. His spin hook goes, and the Cardinals lead 16-9 with 11 minutes and some change to go in the first.
What a job by Hendricks. He's been at Ball State all 4 years. He knows Michael Lewis, and he knows his style. Hendricks is a guy that's very calculated. He can find his openings, and just a very cerebral player. That's why Michael Lewis loves him so much in that backup spot in the front court, and he's served that and done well with flying colors throughout his entire college career.
The Falcons look down low to get it to Marcus Johnson. They get it to him. Him and Britton Watts were tangled up. Michael Lewis wants the call to go on Johnson, as it looked like he may have hooked and held Britton Watts. That's not going to be the case. It's going to go on Britton Watts. That's his second, and coming back into the game is Gorosado, as he will check back in. He has sat for the last 8 minutes or so. The Falcons will inbound underneath their own basket. They get it. Johnson, tough step back, does not go, and rebounded by Hill. He's quickly pushing the tempo. Will work to his right, then left. Trying to get it inside the paint, cannot do so. Hart has it at the top of the key, and they will get it back to Hill. Hill crosses over, tough pass to Hart. He's able to retain possession, and the Cardinals will look down low to Jones. They get it to him. Jones, pump fake, step through. His layup goes strong. Loose ball, fought for along the baseline, and it'll go out of bounds off the Cardinals, and the Falcons will get it.
We saw how frustrated Michael Lewis was with the officials, and I know we talked about how Peyton Sparks is going to have a good matchup with Marcus Johnson. Jamari Hill is going to have a great matchup with Campbell. But Michael Lewis and the officials, that's one that we might see all day as well. Anytime there's a close call, anyone that knows Ball State basketball knows Michael Lewis is a very passionate coach. He wants the best for his guys, and he wants to get those calls for those guys and watch his team succeed.
Thomas has it at the top of the key, working off a screen, goes underneath his legs and reverses it. Another travel called on Zach Jr. That's his second travel called against him on the day. And it has been a long drought for the Falcons. They have not scored in a little while here. 16-9 remains the score. At one point, they were leading 9-8. The Cardinals gone on a nice little run here, and we'll have it.
And when you're down 16-9, you can't make costly mistakes like that. You want to stay in this contest, and you want to keep up the pace with these Cardinals. You have to stay safe. You have to just get some points on the board to be able to hang in there. Bowling Green unable to do that, but great defense and great job to continue to capitalize for the Ball State offense as well.
Hill got trapped in the corner, stepped through, and a foul will go against the Falcons. As now the Cardinals will shoot free throws as they are in the bonus. 6 fouls against the Falcons, 4 against the Cardinals, with just under 10 minutes to go in the first.
And as we see, Jamari Hill looked like Jamari Hill was going to be the one to take those shots, but he's the first in the MAC in free throw makes on the second most attempts in the league as well.
Check that. They will not be shooting free throws as they will inbound it. They get it to Hill. He drives onto the right side and will be headed to the line to shoot 2 free throws here. Looked like he was about to do that just a couple moments ago. Rush changed their mind, and well, he's going to get to do that anyway. So that free throw stat that you mentioned still comes into play here.
We got those free throws that we were talking about. 71.3 from the charity stripe. He's been the spark plug for this team. He has such a quick first step, and he brings a different level of speed. When you have Sparks, like we mentioned before, with his physicality, but then you have the speed of Hill with the three-point shooting of Gorosito, and then other players on the roster. It's such a well-rounded squad, and a great job by Michael Lewis to bring in guys that can fit his scheme so well.
Hill goes 1 for 2 at the line. If you do not know the name Jeremiah Hill, or as some know him as Fat Hill, nickname given to him by his grandma, he was when he played community college his freshman year, sophomore year he was in JUCO. Now junior year he is here at Ball State, and he has continued his success. He has succeeded everywhere he has played, and has been succeeding here in the Cardinal and white. For the Falcons, they finally get a bucket here, working around the perimeter, now driving, penetrating, and a tough finish there for Javante Campbell off the missed layup from Thomas, the putback, and he got fouled.
And Campbell's a guy that brings a lot of energy to Bowling Green, like we mentioned with Jamari Hill to Ball State. He averages 15.2 points a game, but he's the MAC Offensive Player of the Week as of last week, and he's a guy that brings another level to this Bowling Green offense. That's why we wanted to see that matchup, because both of these guys, they bring a lot of energy, and they bring a lot of intangibles to the team as well that can help the squad as a whole get a W when it matters.
Gorosito has it and will set up the offense. Gives it down low to Sparks on the right block. He goes up with it. Tough shot. Heavily contested. That one goes a little too strong. Here come the Falcons. Thomas has it. In transition, he goes underneath his legs and will reset at the top of the key. Guarded by Gorosito. He's calling for a screen on his right side. He will go that way, working. He drives into the paint, pump fake, spins around and kicks. A tough three-point shot is left short there from Derek Butler, and the Cardinals will push in transition. Gorosito, his three-pointer, knocks through the net. 20-12 with 8:30 to go in the first. A nice shot there from Gorosito, his first three-pointer of the night.
Welcome back from Juanse Gorosito. We mentioned his struggles against Miami. It's good to see him back into the net. Great job by Gorosito. Good shot and good spot up.
Johnson drives baseline, kicks to Campbell. Campbell's foot out of bounds. The awareness was not there on that one, and it'll be another turnover for the Falcons. They have not been able to find a rhythm here in the first.
As we said, they have to be safe, but you're down 8 points with 8 minutes, 20 seconds left in the half. Mistakes like this are going to be costly. We still have an entire half left, LJ, and Ball State hasn't shown any signs of stopping.
Hernandez has it, avoids a screen and goes left. He gets double teamed and will reset. Now on the right wing, drives baseline as Pearson. He will retreat and start to back down. Thinks about a shot, finds a cutting Hernandez. His layup is good and one. A tough finish from Jeremiah Hernandez, 22-12. He will have a free throw to shoot after the media timeout. Just under 8 minutes to play. The Cardinals lead by 10.
It looked like Campbell had built up some momentum for the Falcons, might have been able to get something going, but all of that instantly just sucked away by Jeremiah Hernandez. He knows the MAC. He originally started in Kent State for his freshman-sophomore year before going to USI. Now he's back in the MAC with the Cardinal and white, and he's done a very good job at that.
We will see him shoot a free throw after we get back. As they take a break, we will take one as well. You have been listening to SL Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Standards. High standards. That's what sets teams apart. It's also what sets us apart at Pridemark Construction. We're not alone in holding our standards high. Ball State University is among those who do. That's why we're proud to sponsor the Ball State Athlete of the Week. High standards in everyday performance is everything in sport, as well as business. Join us in our pursuit of excellence. Join Pridemark Construction for your next building project and in our support of Ball State University's Athlete of the Week.
You're listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena as both teams break the huddle. The Cardinals lead by 10, 22-12. With 7:59 to go in the first, they have been rolling. Offensively, they've been getting stops. Defensively, there's not a whole lot more you could be asking for if you're checking out the Cardinals so far.
Only 12 points within 14 minutes. Awesome job by this Ball State defense. That's why they're up 10. Michael Lewis has got to be very, very happy with this squad.
Hernandez looks to convert on the three-point play. And he does. Cardinals lead by 11. Here come the Falcons. They play quick, and they will quickly move right to left. Thomas has it at the top of the key. Swings it over Zach Jr. He has it, guarded by the other Canadian in this game, Ben Hendricks. Gives it now. Johnson has it top of the key. He has yet to get going. Hernandez steal. He now breaks away. And out of nowhere comes Butler to pick his pocket. Swings it. Thomas, corner three for the Falcons, does not go. Rebound by Johnson. His layup doesn't go. Tangled up off the Cardinals. Wow, that was some chaotic basketball right there.
We've seen so many times, at least once a game, Jeremiah Hernandez just has the instinct to be able to jump between a pass, get a steal, get a breakaway layup. Unable to cash there, and obviously unfortunate for the Cardinals that you can't get that opportunity. But Hernandez, as a graduate student, he's played a lot of basketball at the college environment, and he's done very well. at each stop of the road for himself.
And now it'll go Ball State's way there off another turnover for the Falcons. Gorosito will have it crossing the timeline. Works to his right and will hand it over to Pearson. Pearson swings. Now on the left wing is Hill. He works off a Hendricks screen. He's going to hesitate and get into the paint. Pump fake, kick. Gorosito, his three-pointer. That one goes a bit too strong, tipped around and into the hands of the Falcons. Quickly moving right to left. Hesitation, spin move, kick. Johnson, his three-pointer is left way strong and left. And the Cardinals will get the rebound. Hernandez has it and will get a screen from Hendricks. He avoids it, splits the double team, goes up for the layup, but the foul is called right before. That's a pro-level move right there, splitting that double team like that without turning it over and drawing the foul. Impressive stuff from Jeremiah Hernandez.
In the last few minutes, we've seen a lot of stuff. I mean, we saw him jump that pass and get all the way to the other end of the court. We just saw him get beat on defense and able to get back and make a contest against Marcus Johnson. And then you saw him split the double, and now here he is at the line because he's capitalized on those opportunities. And with that experience, he knows what to do in those situations. Great job from Jeremiah.
Knocks down his first of two and extends the lead to 12. The Cardinals have doubled the Falcons' points so far in this one. Second free throw does not go. Fought for, rebound into the hands of the Cardinals. Cross-court pass into the corner. Three-pointer from Butler. That one is left way short. Jeremiah Hernandez could have got a piece of that one. Bounce pass is tipped from Hill, and a turnover that the Cardinals did not need right there.
Again, Hernandez able to close out but keep his arms up, not give himself up and jump for the ball on the play. Just experienced play from Jeremiah Hernandez.
Green has it, works off the screen to his right. He's going to drive into the paint. A tough mid-range shot does not fall, and another drive that ends in 0 for the Falcons. Hill has it. He's going to work off a Hendricks screen. Has it, mid-range jumper. That one drops through. 2 for 2 from that spot today as Hill up to 5 on the night, and the Cardinals 26-12 with just under 6 minutes to play.
It looks like Hill is playing around the world. He's had 2 shots now from that free throw key, and he's done very well. I think he's 2 for 2 from that spot, like you said. I wonder how well he will do with that for the rest of the game. But all season, he's done a great job with the mid-range jumper, a new element to this Ball State offense.
Working around a Johnson screen was Campbell. He went around it about 3 or 4 different times. Finally does something with it and draws a foul on Hendricks. The Falcons will inbound underneath their basket as 2 substitutions come in for the Cardinals. Mason Jones and Ethan Britton Watts. Out go Mickey Pearson and Jeremiah Hill. A pretty good crowd here in Muncie, Indiana for a snowy Saturday here at 2 o'clock. The Falcons finally get a bucket, and the drought is over. 14-26 with 5 minutes and some change to go. Gorosito works off a screen. His mid-range jump shot drops through the bottom of the net. That's a tough shot that he knocks down.
So it might not be around the world for Hill. It might be horse between Hill and Gorosito. They just hit from the same spot, able to cash both times.
Gorosito thought he got a piece of that one without it going out of bounds on him. It will go off his hand, but man, he is fired up. He's got 5 on the day and a much improved performance from that Miami game.
He brings such a shooting threat to this Ball State offense. It's his first year here. He came from Portland. The Argentinian has done very, very well for Ball State. His three-point percentage is higher than his field goal percentage. Granted, he has 14 less threes taken, but you can see just how good of a shooter he is. But it also goes for the intangibles. He does a great job of being able to create space for himself, and he does a great job of finding open spots on the floor.
Gorosito gets it right wing. That 3 is good.
And it's just like we talked about. Great job to be able to find the opening. He has a quick enough spot up to where he can do so and cashes there again. He's got 3 threes so far. Great job from Gorosito.
The Cardinal faithful is on their feet, 31-14. In a game that was expected to be close, the Cardinals have been dominant. 4:29 to go in the first. and everyone here in Worthen Arena is on their feet. Man, it has been an exciting one on one end. We've talked a lot about the Cardinals. Let's focus here on the Falcons. What can they do to slow them down, but then also just get better looks? They have really struggled to get a good look and convert on the offensive side.
When it's a tough time like this, you always have to rely on your stars. I'm looking at Marcus Johnson. I'm looking at Javonte Campbell. Javonte Campbell has done a great job, decent job so far in this game, but he hasn't had that much of an impact. I want to see him get going a little bit more. As for Marcus Johnson, we've talked about before the intangibles that he provides. He's such a block trying to fight through a screen. I want to see that create looks for open shooters and be able to get some shots to fall through the net and get some points going for this offense.
Yeah, he has really struggled to get to his spots also, I would say, because when watching him, especially in their last outing, where they were able to get their first MAC win, he hit some really impressive shots, whether that was mid-range, whether that was a sidestep three-pointer. The big man has agility and can score at many different levels. Also, the way that because the defense moves to him. The Cardinals have done a good job slowing him down in the scoring area, but he traditionally passes the ball very well. It doesn't necessarily jump out on the stat sheet as he only averages 1.5 assists, but he swings it around and is able to get his teammates good shots or good looks. We have not really seen much of that today either. He has just really been slowed down all over.
Like we said, he brings a lot that doesn't necessarily show up on the stat sheet for the Falcons. So I want to see him continue to get going and create opportunities like you said. If you can get those shooters going and get them a little bit hot, that's when you start to see them not make rookie mistakes and be able to capitalize on the opportunities that they have had. I'm curious if Ball State's defense has done something to disrupt their timing, but it seems like their biggest priority is shutting down Marcus Johnson. We've seen so many times that you might double Marcus Johnson on an inbound pass, You might run a trap-style defense to get two people on him when he has the ball down low. But they've limited him pretty well so far, and it's gone Ball State's way. I mean, obviously they're up 31-14, so can't really be complaining.
As we break the media timeout, 31-14, like you just said. The Falcons have it in Johnson's hands. Now he swings it over to Green. Green reverses it. Exec Jr., his three-pointer rattles around and drops. That's exactly what the Falcons needed right there. A nice bucket to get them going. They need to find some momentum that takes them into half. 31-17, just under 4 minutes to play. Gorosito has it, top of the key. He's going to work off a screen. Swings it around to Hernandez. He's going to drive baseline. Thinks about retreating, does not do so. Backs down. Gorosito, deep three-pointer. That one is good again. Are you kidding me? A hand in his face, and it does not matter. 34-17, 3:30 to go in the first.
We think about how rattled he looked against Miami, unable to cash anything, but just disrupted on timing. So far, he's had pressure in his face, he's been wide open, he's been all around the arc, and he still has been able to put those threes into the back of the net, drop on the hardwood with 3 points more, and what a great recovery and a nice bounce back from Gorosito, because he brings a lot more life to this offense.
Johnson looked like he had a shot that he usually hits. It was a wide open three. He did not. Bounced off and went out of bounds off the Falcons. And so the Cardinals will have possession.
Go ahead. I know we mentioned Javonte Campbell has an Offensive Player of the Week honor. So does Juancy Gorosito. He had one in the middle of December for his outstanding performances. Jamari Fat Hill also has the honor. That was in the beginning of December. So we're seeing some of the top talents in the MAC square off against each other. And right now, it's gone pretty well for the home Cardinals.
Sparks has it as he comes off the bench. Same with Hart. He has it and hands it off into Hill's hands. Hill, mid-range shot doesn't go. Rebound. Mickey Pearson, pump fake, goes up with it. A foul is called, and Pearson will have an opportunity to shoot 2 free throws.
And that's fundamental basketball. You're one-on-one right down low in the post. Every coach in the world will tell you pump first, because you're so close to the basket, it's such a dangerous threat. The defender will absolutely jump pretty much every time. At least they should. So when that defender jumps, that's when you go up and go under. And if it doesn't cash, at least you get the foul and 2 shots at the charity stripe.
Pearson's first free throw drops to the bottom of the net. 35-17 with 3:02 to go in the first. As we take our first look at the women's squad, they are up 11-6 with 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. There in Buffalo, a fun matchup between the first-ranked Cardinals and the second-ranked Bulls. Second free throw does not go, and rebounded by Johnson. He will bring it up for the Falcons. Hands it over to Thomas. Thomas has it right wing. Dumps down low to Johnson. Johnson now has it at the free throw line. Will drive to his right. Goes underneath his legs. A tough step back. Bounces all around the rim. Hit every single part and drops.
I counted 5 bounces on that, but nice play by the Falcons. You saw the Cardinals did a good job of being able to get over screens, but at the end of all the movement, it was just Johnson and Mickey Pearson Jr., and able to capitalize was Johnson. Yes, it may have bounced a few times, but all that matters is the Falcons scored, and now they might be able to get a little bit of momentum going.
Jeremiah Hill gets the rebound and flings one into the first row of the fans, behind the Bowling Green bench. He was trying to find Gorosito, but man, that one just a little too tall. I'm not sure if players like Giannis Antetokounmpo could grab that one.
Well, when you're down 35-19 with 2 minutes left in the half, you're trying to get something going, something to ride on coming into the second half, and this could be the opportunity. We just saw another shot go down for Bowling Green. Trey Thomas had that 3, and then Ball State on their last possession had a missed opportunity, turned the ball over. So maybe this is a chance that the Falcons can get something going, keep the momentum into the second half, and mount a comeback.
Bowling Green's defense chanting defense, but it doesn't matter. Mickey Pearson and one drives to the right block and gets it over the smaller Trey Thomas. A tough finish and an opportunity to convert on the 3-point play as the Cardinals lead 37-22 with 1:47 to go in the first. It's been an exciting first half, especially for the Cardinal and White, but the Falcons have found a little momentum here in the past couple minutes. But a tough foul called there on Thomas as he's going to head to the bench, likely for the rest of the first half.
Well, there are some times with teams that you will see they might take a little bit longer to get used to the opponent that they're facing. The Falcons, they very well may be a second half team. They were for most of the second half in their last matchup. Unfortunately, they were able to win that, but they might just need some time to get used to this Ball State team. And now coming into a second half, it's a new half. A lot of coaches will tell you it's 0-0, and it's a chance to get some points going, and it's a chance to come back into this one.
As drove baseline was Braylon Green. His foot steps out of bounds. And yet another turnover for the Falcons. It's been a physical game all around. Falcons unable to defend the Cardinals once they get it down low. They kick back outside again, a 3-pointer, little bit of a heat check there from Gorosito. That one too deep, does not go. Tough finish in the face of Gorosito. There from Butler. 24-38 with a minute to go.
You're starting to see the Falcons trap again, trying to keep the Cardinals quick, continue to make them distribute, and potentially run the risk of errant passes like Sparks had earlier and other missed opportunities.
Sparks gets a nice finish down low in the face of Marcus Johnson. Uses the glass to add 2 to the Cardinal total. Just under 40 seconds to go. They lead 40-24. Johnson gets it. His 3-pointer blocked by Pearson. Gets it back into his hands. Exact Jr., his 3-point shot goes strong. Loose ball foul. 3 Cardinals hit the deck. And slowly get up is Pearson and Gorosito and Hill. As I'm not sure who's going to get to shoot these free throws. I think it's Mickey Pearson. Maybe it's, yeah, I'm not really sure. All 3 of them hit the deck, so I don't know who's getting the free throw opportunity. It will be Pearson. He will head to the line to shoot 2 shots.
Mickey Pearson is coming off 12 for 12 free throws made at Bellarmine. He's also 5th in the MAC in makes to Hill's first place spot and Peyton Sparks' second place spot. So either way, with Gorosito leading the team in free throw percentage, Jamari Hill first with makes in the MAC, Mickey at 5th. Either way, you're likely going to cash these both. And no matter the option, it looks like Ball State. Clearly Pearson made 2, but you had a good option in any one of those shooters.
They both drop 42-24. 27.9 seconds to go. The Cardinals let the ball roll all the way to half court, where the Falcons will pick it up, and it looks like they will hold for the last shot. They don't want to give the Cardinals an opportunity to add any more to their total as they try to add to theirs. Braylon Green has it at the top of the key, guarded by Gorosito. He's going to drive, finds a cut, and Campbell, his layup goes. A couple seconds left. Gorosito will get it with 2-1, half-court heave. It barely goes off the right side. The Cardinals head into the half, 42-26.
With such a close game projected between these two teams, it's got to be amazing for all these Worthing fans, for Michael Lewis, and for the players themselves to be up at such a high number. I mean, we came into this game saying, yeah, Ball State has a winnable game, but because of their inconsistencies all season, it could have been one that Bowling Green could have snuck out of with a road win. The Worthing Arena is such a tough environment to play in, so it's always going to be difficult, but great job from Ball State to continue to keep the lead.
Yeah, it's been an exciting first half. Worthing fans on their feet, and we have a shot now at halftime. Michael Lewis announced that if a student hits this half-court shot, $1,000 coming out of his pocket to this student, which is pretty sweet, pretty exciting. And so this could be a really big deal. We're going to stay on to see if he can knock this one down. $1,000 on the line straight from Michael Lewis. The half-court heave is left way short, and I don't think he's getting a second opportunity. Unfortunate for him. That would have been pretty sweet, but nevertheless, super cool. Michael Lewis doing his absolute best to get students here, especially in the snow, and the fans in Muncie as a town showed up here for the 2 o'clock tip in the snow for the Cardinals as they lead 42-26. They have not disappointed. We are going to send it to a quick halftime break, and we will be back for second half action here live in Muncie, Indiana. You have been listening to SL Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, Pay-Per-Go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best zero sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Standards. High standards. That's what sets teams apart. It's also what sets us apart at Pridemark Construction. We're not alone in holding our standards high. Ball State University is among those who do. That's why we're proud to sponsor the Ball State Athlete of the Week. High standards in everyday performance is everything in sport, as well as business. Join us in our pursuit of excellence. Join Pridemark Construction for your next building project and in our support of Ball State University's Athlete of the Week.
Ranked number 2 in the nation for sports media by the Broadcast Education Association.
This is Ball State Sports Link.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paint work on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU Sports Link.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesweets.hamptoninn.com. At munciesweets.hamptoninn.com.
From the bell tower to your smartphone, anywhere in the world.
Never miss Ball State sports with SportsLink Digital.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough,
the best
you need
stories,
at least one
access, and
Mammoth
coverage
from
of Ball State
Mancino's.
sports. Follow SportsLink on social media platforms Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Search at BSU SportsLink.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Your home for live Ball State sports, streaming right in your timeline.
This is SportsLink Digital.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptonin.com. At munciesuites.hamptonin.com.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Standards. High standards. That's what sets teams apart. It's also what sets us apart at Pridemark Construction. We're not alone in holding our standards high. Ball State University is among those who do. That's why we're proud to sponsor the Ball State Athlete of the Week. High standards in everyday performance is everything in sport, as well as business. Join us in our pursuit of excellence. Join Pridemark Construction for your next building project and in our support of Ball State University's Athlete of the Week.
For the best stories, access, and coverage of Ball State sports, follow SportsLink on social media platforms Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Search @BSU SportsLink.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Your home for live Ball State sports, streaming right in your timeline.
This is SportsLink Digital.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
You're listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena here on this fine Saturday, snowy Saturday in Muncie, Indiana, where the Cardinals lead the Falcons 42-26. Ball State leads Bowling Green. I'm LJ Shrieve, your play-by-play for the second half. To my left, Dylan Budd, my color. Dylan, we talked about how there is a good crowd here, and it is pretty electric for a snowy Saturday here in Muncie, Indiana. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so Michael Lewis, one of the things that he's done in his 3 years here is he's been able to put people in seats. The biggest thing that makes Worthen such a tough spot to play in is the fans. Ball State has a lot of fans, especially for good environments and good sports like men's basketball, women's basketball. Men's volleyball has been doing very well in the past few years, but he's talked about a lot of promotions. This is a guy that, you know, one night, maybe the first 300 students can get a free piece of pizza or a t-shirt for men's basketball. It's a guy that he's very willing to do things for fans to get here. He's a guy that can do a lot of charity work, and he's brought such a different environment into Worthen Arena, and it's paid dividends for Ball State sports, not just basketball, but sports as a whole in this building.
The Falcons do not convert on their first trip of the second half. The Cardinals now have it. Working around inside the paint. Sparks goes up with it, rattles around the rim, does not get his shot to go. Here come the Falcons. Johnson goes behind his back. Nifty move from the big fella. The finish is left just a bit too short. Jeremiah Hill rushing down on the other side. A foul is called there on Trey Thomas, and Jeremiah Hill will get an opportunity to shoot 2 free throws.
And when Sparks went down, that's where this all started. Marcus Johnson was able to go down coast to coast because Sparks was still on the other end. That's a numbers advantage. He should have had that shot go down. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to. But then Fat Hill, now they're down one as well because Johnson finished the play, and he's on the other end of the court. So now Ball State can come back, and that's where he draws the foul, and that's why he's shooting free throws. He's a good enough player to draw that foul, and now he's cashed his first one in, and a good way to get the half started for the Cardinals.
Hill knocks down the first free throw. He's 1 of 2 tonight, or today, excuse me. The officials discussing something right now, unsure what this necessarily is as they meet at the desk. But yeah, you mentioned it. Fat Hill gets downhill so quick. He's got a very fast and electric first step, and we've seen him on SportsCenter for their top 10 plays. He had a phenomenal dunk earlier in this season. He's extremely athletic, he's extremely fast, and so he does his thing. Now, when you look towards the Falcons, they are in some serious foul trouble. Trey Thomas, their point guard, who only has 3 points tonight. So far in the MAC, his first game in MAC play, he had 19. The second game, he had 22. Right now, only 3 points. He's got 4 personal fouls already, and there's still 19 minutes to be played. He will go and sit on the bench as Hill knocks down both free throws. Here come the Falcons. Give it to Johnson on the right wing. They move left to right in this half. Butler looks to penetrate, will have to retreat and calls for a screen. Works to his left, slowly drives, does the splits, keeps his dribble alive, kicks in the corner. Three-point shot is no good, and the Cardinals will move right to left. Man, that's a bummer for the Cardinals right there. Jeremiah Hernandez, the ball was being swung around the perimeter, swung his way. He was ready to pass it before it even got to him. Ball slips between his hands, goes out of bounds, and the Falcons catch a break down 26-44.
Like we talked about before, because these two teams have very, very similar styles and very similar players and the way they play, this is about a game of execution, and costly mistakes will lose one team the game and win one team another. You talked about foul trouble with Bowling Green. They're down by a large margin right now. I'm at 15 points between the two teams. And with Trey Thomas having 4 fouls, Jemai Felt having 3 fouls, Campbell and Johnson having 2 of their own, that's where you maybe see less time from the starters because you want to be passive and potentially use them down the stretch.
Johnson was able to convert on a deep 3 for the Falcons last possession. They started in a zone and they come out with it again. They get a steal, dumps it down low. Butler goes up with it. His layup is no good. A late whistle is blown and Butler will head to the line to shoot 2.
Derek Butler leads the Bowling Green Falcons in free throw percentage. He's shot 80%. If he shoots 5 shots, 4 of them statistically are going in all season. Little things like that, like free throws, easy mid-range shots, those are going to be what can keep Bowling Green in this contest and maybe bring them back.
Derek Butler leaves that first one short. Butler so far on the day, only 2 points. He averages 15.2. This is what we're talking about. The stars for the Falcons have not shown out. The second free throw is short. The putback from Johnson also left short, and the Cardinals catch yet another break. Here they come, moving right to left. Works off a screen. The Falcons will reset into their zone. It is a 1-3-1 zone that will trap on the wing. Hill has it, reverses. Gorosito, he's going to make a cross-court pass down low, and that one drops through there for Mickey Pearson.
What a pass from Gorosito to Mickey Pearson. Great job by Pearson to find the opening and to finish. But you heard the Cardinal fans cheer after Derek Butler missed his second free throw. When an opponent comes into Worthen and misses 2 of straight free throws, the fans get free tater tots from Brothers. So the Cardinal fans are thanking Derek Butler right now. Get some free tater tots, maybe catch him a little bit after the game, but nice little pick-me-up after some Saturday action.
You know, you do love to see that. Some good old tater tots. That's good stuff right there.
I mean,
Derek Butler might go Derek Butler might go get some tater tots as he just knocks down a 3 at the top of the key. That was a nice one there from the Falcons. 32-46, slowly chipping away with 16:50 to go here in the second. Pearson has it. On the baseline, that one rattles around the rim for a couple seconds and drops in. 48-32, Pearson up to 10. He averages 10.6 a game. He's already at 10, and there's still 16 and a half left to play here in this one. Working around the perimeter are the Falcons. Gets it in the corner. Johnson's three-pointer goes strong, rebounded by the Cardinals. Gorosito has it at the top of the key. Gives it Hernandez. He kicks back. Gorosito finds an open Mickey Pearson in front of the Cardinal bench. His three-pointer goes strong, out of bounds off the knee of Jeremiah Hernandez, and the Falcons will get a stop that they desperately needed.
The one thing that Ball State has done very well this game is passing and distributing. Their assist leader is Jamari Hill, but he only has 2.7 a game on the season on average. It's a team that struggles to distribute, and like we talked about pregame, it's a lot of one-on-one ball for this Cardinal offense. So to see them distribute, yes, it has cost them at times, but mostly it has led to their success, and that's why they're ahead right now. I think the Falcons anticipated trying to make them pass and make them make those errors. And while they have forced that, the general consensus is that Ball State has done a great job to spread the ball around.
A tough finish down low for the Falcons. Gets another bucket for them. They just need to keep converting on the offensive side. 34-48, 15-40 to go in the second. Hill has it on the left wing. Working on a couple Falcons defenders. They get it now on the opposite. Looking down low for Hendricks, unable to find him. Cross court skip pass in the corner. Pearson thinks about a three, doesn't take it. He's gonna instead take a tough turnaround jump shot, and that one drops. The senior is feeling it. 50-34 with 15-20 to go. Johnson has it, tough move between his legs. He's gonna swing it around. Now in the corner, thinks about a three, does not pull it. Campbell reverses, now left wing. Johnson drops it down low to Felt. Felt hands it off. Campbell drives baseline, swings it. That one goes into the second row of the crowd here on the opposite side of the Falcons bench. A couple hands went up to deflect it. Heads up play there from the crowd here in Worthen Arena, 50-34 as we hit our first media timeout.
We've had some souvenirs in this contest for sure. We've seen a ball go into the second row, a ball on the other side go into the first row. Get the fans to distribute and get some ball action a little bit as well. You know, it's important to get touches for everybody in the arena, not just the players. But jokes aside, Mickey Pearson, we talked about relying on your stars. Mickey Pearson has 12 points. He leads the team right now. He's the third Cardinal to have double-digit points. Gorosito and Sparks were the ones to get it as well. Sparks was the first one to get it, Gorosito second. Obviously, Pearson just got it as well.
Yeah, the Cardinals have really spread it around, and they've done a great job at that today. Something that traditionally this season they have not done. Today they are executing on most every single level. We take a look at the women's side. 1:50 to go in the second quarter. They lead 38-22. The Cardinals are taking on the second-ranked Buffalo Bulls, and the Cardinals are #1 in the MAC, and they have a commanding lead here on the road. Once again, a very exciting team to watch. If you haven't made it out to Worthen Arena for a men's or women's basketball game, I do not see any reason for you not to make that happen this season. Both teams very fun to watch. The men are extremely electric. They have a very good defense and make things happen. They are doing so today. The women spread the ball around. They have a lot of star-studded players, and they are very, very good here at home. The men lead 50-34 with 15:04 to go in this one. If you're just now tuning in, to recap, the Cardinals have really been dominant this whole entire game, Dylan.
Yeah, everything that the Cardinals have been struggling with all season, they have thrived on in this game. We just recently talked about ball distribution. We've seen 11 or 12 assists combined from this team, already over their average, and they've done a great job on defense to shut down Marcus Johnson. Not even shut him down, but just contain him. He only has 7 points, and while that sounds like a decent amount, he's averaging 16.8 on the year. The other leading scorer, Javante Campbell, also has 7 points. His average is 9.7. So Ball State has thrived on their stars. We just mentioned the 3 people that have double-digit points and have shut down the other ones of Bowling Green. And I know that sounds pretty textbook, but if you're forcing those second-hand guys to step up, that's where you see less capitalizing on opportunities, and Bowling Green hasn't been able to do that. Ball State has with Gorosito, Jeremiah Hernandez, plus their stars as well, and that's why they're ahead by 16 right now.
The Cardinals get it and will once again face the 1-3-1 zone as they lead 50-34 with just under 15 minutes to go. Ball is tipped around but finds the hands of Peyton Sparks. He wants to go up with it. He kicks to Pearson instead. Pearson, top of the key, drives in. His shot no good and rebounded by Campbell. Quickly moving left to right, driving, penetrates, drives in a no-look layup attempt. Does not fall, but a foul is called on the Cardinals. That one was a tough finish. If that would have gone in, that was like a circus shot there on the left block as his back was to the basket. But nevertheless, they will get an opportunity to shoot free throws. Braylon Green shooting 54.5% at the line today. His first one does not go.
Yeah, that 54.5 benchmark is the lowest on the team for the Falcons, and it's lucky that he's able to go to the line, but it's just, like you said before, it's a circus shot, and when you're down 16, you cannot be doing things like that. You can't be making those levels of mistakes, and you have to have better decision making if you want any shot of getting a road win.
Knocks down the second, cuts the lead down to 15. With 14:30 to play, the Cardinals lead 50-35. Britton Watts rolls off a screen from Sparks, gets it to Hill at the top of the key. He goes underneath his legs. Looks like he went up for a shot. Instead, dishes it down to Pearson. His shot blocked there by Felt. Here come the Falcons. Kicks in the corner now. Butler is going to drive into the paint. Pump fake. Keeps his footing alive and kicks it over. Campbell right back to Butler. His three-pointer in the corner rattles around the rim but doesn't fall. Hill has it for the Cardinals. He's going to have it down low now to Sparks. Sparks thinks about going up with it. Instead, Dixon swings it back over to Hill. His shot does not go. That's more the traditional Cardinal offense right there. One-on-one where you get the screen action. That time it does not go for the Cardinals. Now the Falcons fighting down low. Bunch of loose balls, but it ends in an and one for Jemiah Felt. A tough finish over Peyton Sparks.
How incredible Jemiah Felt has been in this contest. He now has 6 points. His average is only 3.9 on the year. There's 13 and a half minutes left to go, so obviously you can score more. He has 3 fouls, so there might be a little bit of trouble there. But this is, I mean, he's 6'10", he's 210 pounds. He's still very explosive. He has a good shot from the perimeter. He can still shoot from mid-range. He has a lot of qualities of a very good basketball player. And the fact that he's only a redshirt freshman makes me believe that he, in a few years, and even very soon before that, could be one of the best scorers and one of the best talents in the Mid-American Conference.
Slowly chipping away at the lead are the Falcons. They get it down low to Sparks, though. He pump fakes and goes up with it. Gets the bucket to go. 52-38, 13-15 to go in the second. Here come the Falcons. Step back three. Drops in the bottom of the net. Derek Butler feeling himself. Has some momentum, and the lead is cut down once again. Butler's up to 8 points. And the Cardinals' lead is slowly being chipped away at 52-41 as we have a timeout from the Cardinals' side of the bench. What do you think's being discussed in there? What is Michael Lewis so fed up with?
I mean, Lewis is fed up with the integrity of this defense right now. Yes, Ball State is still up 11, and it seems like a very sizable lead, but they were just up 16, and Lewis always wants his team to play at 100%. Yeah, they still have a they have a margin, and it's a margin that they can build off of. But any coach, you play to win the game, and Herm Edwards said that best in football, but you cannot just let these guys score. I understand that you have a lead, but that doesn't mean you can let up at the end of the day. You have to keep pushing, you have to keep fighting, and you want to keep extending the lead.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. The Cardinals need to put the foot back on the gas. There was no reason for them to take it off. And we saw the Cardinals really slow down on the defensive side in the second half against Miami. That's something that the Cardinals really pride themselves in, their defense. And in the last couple minutes, they let up 3 back cuts, back to back to back, that really let the Redhawks come in here and steal a win against the Cardinals. The Cardinals had an opportunity to go 2-0 in MAC play, which would have set them at the top of the MAC, obviously. Unable to do that, which set them at 1-1, right where the Falcons are in the middle of the MAC. These are 2 teams that are going to be fighting all season long to get a spot in the Mid-American Conference tournament come March. And so it should be interesting to see how big of a deal this game ends up being as we look back in a couple of months.
Absolutely. You have a lot of time left in conference play to face all sorts of teams and go to multiple environments. and build more time and chemistry with your team. But Ball State was able to start turning the corner at the perfect time. I mean, we saw a couple wins that they were able to stack up. Obviously, the loss at Miami, but they were able to put those wins together just at the perfect time. Now with conference play coming up, this is a pivotal time. It's go time now. If you want a top spot in the MAC, this is the perfect time to be turning the corner. So Ball State is getting hot at the right time. I'm curious with their pacing. We talked about the speed of their transition offense. I wonder if that is coming back to bite them right now and potentially gassing them out on defense and making them lose the defensive integrity that they need to keep this lead.
We will see how this one closes out. 13:07 to play. The Cardinals lead 52-41. Cardinals in white with red trim will move right to left, guarded by the Falcons in black and orange trim. Britton Watts has it on the right wing, swings down low to Sparks on the right block. Pump fake, goes up with it, and one. Peyton Sparks. You know he's been in the weight room when you can finish with all that contact and has an opportunity to convert on the three-point play.
We keep talking about how physical Peyton Sparks is, how good he is down low. We mentioned the term bruiser for him, but we don't talk about the fact that he's so elusive down there too. He was able to spin, make Jemai Felt move in places where he was not optimal to stop that shot. And that's what forced the foul, and that's why Sparks has a three-point play on that, because yes, he's physical, but he has the elusivity and the agility to make a foul drawn, to add just another extra point and even more of a lead for the Cardinals.
After converting on the three-point play, he sits. Ben Hendricks comes in for him. Also, back to the bench, Jemiah Felt goes after his fourth foul, but for the Falcons, what a finish on the right block. Javonte Campbell will be sent to the line and has an opportunity to convert on that three-point play. Check that. That was actually Braylon Green, excuse me. Not number 2, number 5. He was buried by a bunch of teammates after converting on that one. That's a huge response to that Sparks and one.
You go from the Sparks and one to the Braylon Green and one, and yes, there is a margin for Ball State that we've talked about for much of this contest, but the score does not tell the full story, and we're seeing a lot of fight from these Falcons now, but let's see if they can get ahead rather than just responding with 12 and a half minutes left in this game. It's go time now.
Ben Hendricks, Marcus Johnson battling, scrapping down in the paint. A foul will go on Johnson. That's his third. A lot of the Falcons are just in foul trouble. That's why Jemiah Felt and also Trey Thomas are sitting right now. 2 key pieces for the Falcons. The Cardinals barely get it in before that 5-second mark hits. Britton Watts has it. He's dancing with Johnson. He's going to drive baseline, beats his man, lays it up. It does not fall. Tipped out of bounds by the Falcons, and it'll stay with the Cardinals.
Nice tip by Hendricks. It looked like he was trying to get it to Pearson, but Campbell is so instinctive as a player, and that's why he won MAC Offensive Player of the Week. He's the spark plug for the Falcons, but because he jumped at that ball, it's not an optimal place to reel it in. So the Cardinals still have the ball. There's not much lost here. Less time on the shot clock is the only real negative, but nice play by Hendricks and good cerebral play once again from the Canadian.
And one, once again, this time it's handed to Jeremiah Hernandez. Back to back to back possessions where someone gets an and one. First it was Peyton Sparks, then on the other end, Braylon Green. And now Jeremiah Hernandez gets his opportunity to convert on the three-point play. That's a tough finish there on the right block. Nifty move to get there, and the free throw goes as they convert as well.
Hernandez is such a scrappy player, and in an interview with you early on in Media Day, he talked about that he's very good at drawing fouls, and we just saw that there. I wonder if all of these fouls between these two teams is once again because of the pacing. When you're a little bit more tired, you start to hang on to the players, you start to slap your opponent a little bit, and you start to disrupt them in ways that are not legal in the game of basketball. And that's why we're seeing an and one from Sparks, an and one from Green, an and one from Hernandez. And I wonder if there are more fouls to come, which would be drastic for Bowling Green because they have so many players in foul trouble, like we said before.
The Falcons moving it around very well, spreading the love, and it ends in an exact junior three-point shot. It's impressive basketball. 6 points being exchanged from these two teams in their last two possessions. 58-47 with 11:30 to go. Fun basketball here in the Mid-American Conference. Hill has it, drives to his right, spins left, finds in the corner. Jones thinks about a three, doesn't take it. Now Watts on the left wing. He gives it to Hill. He's gonna fire up a three from the top of the wing. Doesn't get that one to go, and here come the Falcons. In the hands of Campbell. He's gonna drive in, goes up with it, and a tough finish over Ben Hendricks. It's cut to a 9-point lead for the Cardinals with 11 minutes to go.
Clearly cardio is not an issue. These two teams have been going back and forth and just toe-to-toe, high-quality conference basketball between these two teams being played. What a fun game we have, and it's going to be very pivotal down the stretch for either side.
As that one gets tipped out of bounds, the ref says Derek Butler did not think it was tipped. The call now has been changed. The officials get together and change it. I didn't think it got tipped either. The first official said it did. Derek Butler tried to argue his case, and I saw Michael Lewis give him a little pat on the back and smile as they head to their benches, but the refs come together and change the call. It'll be Bowling Green basketball, which is huge, as they are only down by 9. 10:54 to go here in the second and final half. As they take a break, we will take one as well. We will be right back for more basketball live on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
You're listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena here on this snowy Saturday in Muncie, Indiana, where the score is 58-49 in favor of the Cardinals. 10:54 to go in the second. It's been a really fun game. The Cardinals have had 15-plus point lead here, even in the second half, but the Falcons have stayed in it. They have been gritty and continue to compete, and that's why it's back down to single-digit points, to a single-digit lead for the Cardinals. If you haven't been listening, you're just now tuning in. I am LJ Shrieve, your play-by-play. To my left, Dylan Budd. For the rest of the second half, it's going to be a really fun one.
This is fun. I mean, coming into the commercial break, we had just seen so many and ones, high energy, high volume shooting going on. We even saw a half-court shot during the break. 2 attempts, neither of them went, unfortunately, for the student, but this is a fun Saturday, and there's about to be some very important basketball down this stretch.
The Falcons have it at the top of the key, working it around into the hands of Johnson. He's going to fire up a three. That one soars to the right of the rim. Here come the Cardinals in the hands of Hernandez. He wants to go down low to Sparks, unable to get it to him. He will have it at the top of the key, finds a cutting Hill. Hill pump fake, goes up with it on the left block and finishes. 60-49, 10:15 to go in the second.
That's the second time Wilkins Exact Jr. has had to jump for a player. The first time it was Sparks, the second time it was Hill. Bowling Green cannot let that happen where it's just one-on-one down low in the post when you have such great physical presences all around the Ball State roster with Sparks, Hill, Pearson. It's inexcusable from Todd Simon's defense.
Ball tipped out of bounds by the Falcons. And now they will inbound in front of some fans here sitting courtside in Worthen Arena. 60-49, the Cardinals lead. Right wing is Hill. He's going to look down low to Sparks, unable to get it to him. Now he works off a Sparks screen. He goes to his right, finds a cutting Pearson, but unable to hang on to it. Mickey Pearson Jr., beautiful cut. The pass just right off his fingertips, and a rough break for the Cardinal offense.
Yeah, a lot of balls have been going out of bounds in this contest, especially in the second half. We made the joke about fans getting touches, but that really is the case. A kid gets a ball out of bounds courtside, able to touch the ball, give it back to a player. That could make a little kid's day. No matter what, even with the errors between these two sides, this has been such a fun Saturday matchup.
A step back three-point attempt from Butler is blocked by Pearson. Pearson has 2 blocks from the three-point line. Into the hands of Sparks as he turns it over. Here come the Falcons. Campbell has it and will retreat and reset the Falcons offense. Their true point guard, Trey Thomas, who has been so dominant in MAC play this season, still riding the bench with 4 fouls. In the hands of Butler. He works off a screen, now goes inside to the paint, kicks out. With the ball is Campbell. Week 3's MAC Player of the Week will drive into the paint. Ball is tipped around off the hands of Jeremiah Hernandez, and it'll stay with the Falcons.
A little bit of confusion. It looks like Jeremiah Hernandez wanted it to go Ball State's way, but a great opportunity here for the Falcons. They still have it in their court. Could score here, and they do just that. Looks like an and one is called for Mickey Pearson, continuing to narrow this lead for the Falcons. Great job and a great momentum booster from Javante Campbell.
Campbell with a phenomenal cut off the inbound along the baseline, finishes with his left and contact. As you said, and one, and an opportunity to finish the three-point play here at the free throw line. Down by 9, the free throw bounces off the back of the rim. Rebound, Zach Jr., his shot doesn't go, but he is earned with a trip to the line. They are working hard, they are hustling and getting every single loose ball they possibly can.
Amazing job from Wilkins Zach Jr. to be able to get an offensive rebound on a free throw. It's one of the hardest things to do in the game of basketball. Not only that, the fact that he was able to draw a foul and now he's going to the line and continuing to keep the ball in Bowling Green's hands, take it away from those Ball State stars. This is monumental for the Bowling Green Falcons.
The first one knocks through, 52-60, down to an 8-point game. Got pretty loud there for that free throw, and it does not drop through. Stays an 8-point game with 8:30 to go in the second. Brenton Watts has it at the top of the key, will swing over to Hill. Hill now has it, picks up his dribble. They get it down low to Sparks on the left block. He spins to the right and finishes. A tough bucket down low for Sparks. He's up to 17 on the night.
Now when you're Todd Simon and you're looking at a 10-point deficit, you've got a lot of guys in foul trouble, but you still have fouls to give nonetheless. At what point do you consider fouling, intentionally getting the Ball State players to shoot? And like we said before, what has succeeded for Bowling Green so far is taking it away from the superstars' hands. So I'm curious at what point Todd Simon says, okay, it's time to start fouling. It's time to make the only offensive production our own and try and win with that.
Bowling Green gets a bucket on the other side. Once again, it was Javante Campbell. The Cardinals quickly come down, get it to Pearson at the free throw line. He gets tripped up and a foul is called on Javante Campbell. That's his third personal. He's up to 13 points himself. A media timeout is called. And we are down to 7 minutes, 44 seconds. The Cardinals lead 62-54. This second half has been very exciting, very back and forth between these two. I'm curious when or if we see guys like Jemai Felt or Trey Thomas come back into this game, both of them with 4 fouls, 2 starters for the Falcons. Should be interesting to see how that storyline goes. And then for the Cardinals, no one in serious foul trouble. Peyton Sparks doing his thing. He's got 17 points, 8 rebounds. He has been dominant once again. The only one in foul trouble looks to be like it's Juancin Gorosito, as he has 4. So I was curious why we haven't seen him, and that is why. He was hot there in the first half. He has shot 3 for 5 from downtown, 4 for 6 overall. He's got 11 points. He's made a huge impact into why the Cardinals had such a big lead in the first half, but without seeing him, Cardinals have definitely slowed down from beyond the arc.
Yeah, so you definitely can see Gorosito not playing because Michael Lewis wants to be passive. If Gorosito continues to foul, then you run the risk of him not being in the game when they need him most. When they need that clutch tray, they cannot turn to Gorosito. So yes, he has a few. Jamari only has 1. Mickey has 1. Sparks has 2. Hernandez has 1. On the other side for the Bowling Green starters, Trey Thomas, like you mentioned, has 4. Javante Campbell, Marcus Johnson both have 3. Jemai Felt has 3 of his own. Derek Butler has just 1. But those are the guys in your starting lineup, and those are the ones that you need to capitalize on. You talked about when you want to see those starters in. It's got to be soon. You're down 8 and you're starting to respond to Ball State. I understand that. But if you want any shot to win this game, like we said all game, you have to rely on your stars. And at some point, you have to just give it up, run the risk of having them foul out, but giving them the opportunity to put this team back into the test.
The Cardinals break the huddle. We await the Falcons to do the same. Very balanced game offensively for the Cardinals. A lot of guys in scoring numbers. Obviously, we talked about Sparks with 17, Gorosito with 11. You also have Mickey Pearson with 12, Hill with 9, Hernandez with 9, and then Ethan Britton Watts with 2 and Ben Hendricks with 2. So pretty balanced attack there. And then the same goes for the Falcons. Butler with 8, Campbell with 13, team high, and then Exact Jr. with 10. Johnson only with 7. It's been a very fun one. Both teams spreading the love here on this snowy Saturday in Muncie, Indiana. The Cardinals get it off the inbound, try to go down low to Sparks. It is tipped out of bounds off the hands of Jemai Felt, one of the guys with 4 fouls. So he is back into this game a little earlier than I would have expected.
One of the reasons why Bowling Green has so many fouls is because they only have 7 players that have gotten court time in this contest. That's because they have some injuries with Sam Towns and Yusuf Kayat not being able to play in this game. But they've only had 7. You would expect to see a little bit more substituting, getting some bench players in, and they still haven't even done that, even with their guys in foul trouble. Yes, Trey Thomas has been out and Jemai Felt has spent some time on the bench, but overall there hasn't been too much shuffling around with your starters.
A phenomenal basketball IQ play from Peyton Sparks. As the Cardinals were not able to convert, it looked like Hill wanted a foul as he went up with a lot of contact. No foul was called. The Falcons defense was straight up. But then on the other side, the Falcons, there was a tipped ball. Peyton Sparks was chasing it as it would have been off the Cardinals. As he grabbed it in the air, there was no one he could throw to. And he called a timeout midair, which also saved the courtside fans from Peyton Sparks flying into them. And he got the timeout in time, so it will be Cardinal basketball as far as I'm concerned. And they will move right to left.
Michael Lewis talks about, or he preaches to his team the physicality and the size and the speed. But another thing that people don't really realize is that there is a lot of time learning court IQ, and you have such cerebral players, such smart players out there on the court, like Jeremiah Hernandez being an experienced veteran of college basketball. Ben Hendricks is a 4-year guy that has spent a lot of time under Lewis's scheme. Peyton Sparks is a guy that spent 3 years under Lewis. He knows how Lewis wants the game to be played. Lewis knows Sparks' advantages, but Sparks has a high court IQ, and people don't realize that because everybody is marveling at his physicality and the fact that he is elusive.
Pearson has it on the left wing. Looks to go down low to Sparks, and it is kicked out of bounds from Johnson. Jeremiah Hill will inbound with just under 7 minutes to play. He gets it into Hernandez. Hernandez drives it in, and that one will be called a goaltend. The basket, wow. The ball was on its way down towards the basket. Just a little bit too late there from Jemiah Felt. The Cardinals find some energy here as they lead by 10 with under 7 minutes to play. And the Falcons will inbound and go the opposite direction. They let this one roll. The Cardinals do not apply any pressure, and they let it roll all the way to half court once again. The Falcons will pick it up and let the clock start ticking. At the top of the key is Green. He has it. He's going to drive to his left. Goes between his legs. Now goes right. Kicks Campbell. He has it. Top of the key. He's going to drive as well. Kicks in the corner. A tough, heavily contested three-pointer is short from Butler and rebounded by Sparks. The Cardinals moving right to left. Hernandez has it. He's going to drive. Finds a cutting Mickey Pearson. That pass just a little off the mark and stolen by the Falcons. Johnson has it. He's working on Hernandez. He drives in. Sidestep. Mid-range. Doesn't go. Rebound and a tough shot. Will not go. Jemiah Felt earned with a trip to the line. Peyton Sparks is a tough man to get a shot up off of when he's grabbing on your hand, but Felt found a way to do it and now is going to shoot 2 free throws. That's a gritty rebound there from the young redshirt freshman.
And now Sparks has 3 fouls. There aren't many starters in foul trouble, but with him having 3, this is where you start paying a little bit more attention to him and making sure he's a little bit more smart, especially down low in the coast. Speaking of fouling, we now see Juancy Gorcito returning to the floor.
Also returning for the Falcons, Trey Thomas. Both these players coming into the game have 4 fouls each. The second free throw from Felt drops through as well. He goes 2 for 2 on that trip. On the season, only shooting 58%, but on that one, knocks down both. Those are 2 important free throws as he knocked them down in the face of the student section, cuts the lead back down to 8. The Falcons will continue to stay in their 1-3-1 zone. Hill drove into the paint, and a foul will go against the Falcons. A tough break as Campbell's now into foul trouble with 4. Awaiting what the officials are doing on the next one. You did not hear from the PA announcer. The Cardinals will be in the bonus on their next foul. This one they are not. They inbound underneath their basket. They get it into Sparks, guarded by Felt. Felt cannot foul here or he will be out of the contest. Sparks with a very costly turnover. Did not know where Ethan Britton Watts was, and with that, turns it over as it flew into the backcourt. Jeremiah Hernandez comes right back in for Gorcito, and then also coming in is Ben Hendricks for Peyton Sparks.
Ethan Britton Watts is a really interesting story with this Ball State team. He looked like he was going to be the starter at the beginning of the year, but since then he's turned into a very valuable 6-man for Ball State. Before Thanksgiving, he had 27.8 minutes per game. Afterward, he has 14.7. He's had less time because he's not a starter, but he's done a very good job coming off the bench. And right now, he has 2 points, but he's done a lot of stuff that has not shown in the stat sheet. Okay, well now he has 5 points.
Speaking of, Britton Watts knocks down a 3-point shot off the assist from Jeremiah Hill. You were just talking about the impact that he brings. Not only, obviously you mentioned he does not score a whole lot of points. He knocks down an important 3 there, but his defensive impact is huge. Speaking of defensive impact, Mickey Pearson cannot do anything against Marcus Johnson. A big man move and a big man finish. And foul against Mickey Pearson will result in a free throw attempt for Johnson and an opportunity to convert on this 3-point play. 67-60 is the score once again. The same substitutions come right back in. Looks like we're playing a little offense-defense. Hendricks comes out. Same with Hernandez. And into the game, Gorosito and Peyton Sparks.
With a game as critical as this, substitutions are going to start to become a chess match. You want to have your right personnel and the correct matchups. But with Marcus Johnson, we talked about how dangerous it is to be one-on-one in the post. That there's even more of a threat when Marcus Johnson is the one under the post. If he's one-on-one and he's driving with forward momentum, I don't think there's anything that can stop him, and that's exactly what happened. It could be Mickey Pearson, it could be Peyton Sparks, it could be anybody. He's not going to get stopped.
And that is foul number 5 against Jemiah Felt. He attempted to go straight up, unable to do so. Sparks, with his physicality, will send Felt to the bench for the rest of this game. An unfortunate break for the Falcons, someone that was so impactful in today's game. He will finish this game with 9 points, along with 5 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block. Pretty solid performance from the redshirt freshman, but he will sit for the rest of this one.
He's done a great job, and these are things that he's going to have to learn, right? I understand that Bowling Green, they haven't had many substitutions throughout the game, but it's very, very critical when someone at the caliber of Jemiah Felt fouls out. It makes the Falcons' job a lot harder to come back from this 6-point deficit now. And with Peyton Sparks at the line, it seems like it'd be even more. Wilkins Exact Jr. will be the one to take his place. So again, not a new player seeing the floor, but I'm curious when the Falcons want to start fouling, if they bring in guys that have not played just because they have fouls to give.
Now Mason Jones will check in for Peyton Sparks instead of Ben Hendricks. Trey Thomas has the ball in his hands. He's sat on the bench for the majority of the second half, but now comes in when the Falcons need him most. Thomas has it. Kicks over. Butler wants a 3, unable to get it. Jones in his face. He's now going to drive. Goes up with it. It is blocked by Mason Jones. Here come the Cardinals. Britton Watts fires off a 3, and it's good. 72-60, and a huge shot.
This is what we talked about with Ethan Britton Watts. He's such a high caliber player coming off the bench. Yes, he struggled a little bit as a starter, but when your guys are tired, when there's guys in foul trouble, he is the first one to come in, and he makes such a great impact on this offense, on this team as a whole. There's so much energy with him, and there's so much love for the game with him. And you can see it there, and you can see the performances that he has done in the last few games especially. What an outstanding play by Ethan Britton Watts, as Mickey Pearson Jr. has a chance to extend this lead even more.
He is headed to the line as it is silent. He knocks down the first. He is at the free throw line because a technical foul goes against head coach for the Falcons. It was a tough drive there from Butler. Coach wanted the foul and was very fed up with it. He did not get it. And in result, shows his frustration towards the refs. The refs had enough, and the technical foul results in an extra 2 points for the Cardinals. Worthen Arena starting to feel it. 4:20 to go here in the second. The Cardinals lead now up to 14. Thomas dumps down low to Johnson. Johnson has it, working off a Butler screen to his right, now will go left. Comes back to his right, on the right block, tied up, jump ball. A phenomenal play from Jeremiah Hernandez, getting his hands underneath and in without converting the foul, gets the stop, and the Cardinals will get the ball. Once again, substitutions for the Cardinals. Peyton Sparks, Juancin Gorosito will come back into this one.
Yeah, a jump ball that results in Ball State possession is so much better than a foul and one for Marcus Johnson. So amazing play by Jeremiah Hernandez. Again, another smart play. Ethan Britton Watts, we saw him trying to hype up the Ball State crowd. He's another grad student that knows the game of basketball very well, and it is apparent.
Mickey Pearson, the veteran, fights for the loose ball, and the Cardinals get yet another rebound down low, and he finishes. Quick layup from Johnson does not go into the hands of Sparks. And Gorosito will have it.
So the lead is back now at 16 for the Ball State Cardinals. When they played Kent State in the final 4 minutes, Kent State went 1 for 11 on field goals. With a lead at 16, you're going to see a lot more hero ball from the Bowling Green State Falcons. And we saw that with Marcus Johnson trying to take a layup, unable to go. But with another Gorosito three like that, the Cardinals are just running away with this win.
Gorosito knocks it down and gives the fans something to stand and clap about. The Cardinals lead back up to 19, 79-60, and a timeout from the Falcons.
There was a moment of skepticism there. We saw the Cardinals kind of run out of pace for a moment, and the Falcons just started to claw back, but it's the high-end talent that wins games, and Ball State has a lot of it. It's Jeremiah Hernandez and Fat Hill and Peyton Sparks and a number of other players on that roster. They can make so many substitutions because they have so much talent no matter where they are in depth on the roster. And that's why Bowling Green has only had 7 players come in, because maybe they don't have the depth of Ball State. And that is what has given Ball State the win today. The depth and the pacing that they have created all game has tired out the Falcons. Well done from Michael Lewis, well done from the players. And it seems like Ball State can end the weekend with a win against a MAC opponent.
It's big to improve if they are able to do so to 2-1 in conference play. We're going to take a quick look over to the women's side in Buffalo, where the Cardinals lead 55-41 with 2:03 to go in the third quarter. So both teams getting it done so far today in the Cardinal and white. There is no reason that this team should take their foot off the gas. We talked about it as the Falcons creeped in and cut this back down to an 8-point lead just a couple minutes ago. But we talked about how the Cardinals need to put their feet back on the gas and leave it there. And they have done so with only 3:13 to play. All they need to do now is close this one out. Awaiting both teams to break the huddle. The Cardinals had a big lead going into halftime and really throughout the entire first half. The second half was back and forth, and slowly the Falcons were winning that second half battle and creeping their way back into this one. It was competitive for about 10 minutes, back and forth basketball between the two, but the Cardinals have gone berserk the last couple minutes, knocking down big shots, converting and ones, and hitting open threes. The ball movement has been phenomenal from the Cardinals today. We talked about how they have shared the love of the basketball today, and they look to continue to do so in the next 3:13 as they lead by 19.
Absolutely. Ball State has 18 assists combined in this game, but the magic number for the Cardinals all season has been 70. When they have scored over 70, they are 6-2. Right now they have 79 points. Ball State opponents, when they're held to under 70, Ball State is 5-0. Right now Bowling Green is at 60. Obviously with 3 minutes left, there is still a decent amount of game left to where they can get to that echelon. But Ball State looks like can run away and continue to increase that statistic.
Hernandez, a rhythm three-pointer is good and gives the fans more to cheer about. 82-60, 2:40 to go. Phenomenal ball movement, and once again, just step into it and knock it down. Jeremiah Hernandez does so. Johnson's gonna try a three of his own. Loose ball foul will go on the ground against the Cardinals, and it should be free throws for the Falcons.
This is what people talk about as flow state. When you're at your best, when you're locked in and just able to be the best that you can be without really thinking about it, that's when you enter your flow state. And the Cardinals have been able to do that, especially at the end of this game. They've held a lead the entire time, but once they started running away, we've seen, like, at this point, they're just having fun. they've been able to hit, like Jeremiah Hernandez was able to hit a 3. I believe Gorosito had a 3 not too long ago. This is a fun team right now, and it's times like this where you build a lot of chemistry. When you become closer with teammates, with friends, it's when you're having fun, naturally. And this Cardinals team is having a blast playing these final 3 minutes of basketball.
Goes 1 for 2 at the line, 61-82. They bring a full court press. It's into the hands of Britton Watts. He gives it, Gorosito. They cross the timeline, and he will reset and slow down the offense for the Cardinals as they have a commanding 82-61 lead. He drives to his right, stops, turnaround, jump shot. That one's tough. It doesn't matter. He knocks that one down. Gorosito has been feeling it all night long, and he's up to 14 for the Cardinals. Thomas gets inside the paint, misses his first putback shot, drops. And a timeout for the Falcons as the Cardinals lead 84-63 with 1:59 to go.
I think Wansi Gorosito has to be the most valuable player in this game for the Ball State Cardinals. You think about last game, how the element of the 3 was taken away. He went 0 for 6, had 0 points on the night. Now we find him with 16 total. Complete game changer for this Ball State team. He's had 4 threes, shot 66 from beyond the arc, and 75% on the day, going 6 for 8 in his 24 minutes of time. What a bounce back and what a statement from Juan Gorosito. He's not the leading scorer, but the fact that he was able to respond to such a down game for him is monumental for this Ball State offense. It shows that even in a time where they may not get a win, where they may not play at their best, they're able to respond. You think about the Miami loss. They lost by 8 in a heartbreaker because they weren't able to finish the game. Now we see them continuing to increase the lead, and now we're up by 21 over Bowling Green with still 2 minutes left.
They are playing much harder, much more physical and tough, but also just smarter here today than they did against Miami of Ohio. Hernandez has it, gets it. Pearson, he gets rid of it, and into the hands of Gorosito, who hands it to Hill. Hill has it at the logo. Will rip through and drive right. A foul will be called on Butler with 1:40 to go. Hill getting ready to shoot his first of 2. He's got 9 points on the night, but he has made a very positive impact for the Cardinals. He's been smart with the basketball and very impactful on the defensive side as well. His first free throw drops as the Cardinals extend their lead by a bucket, 85-63, as we await the second free throw. The Cardinals looking just to finish this one out, 1:40 to go, as they look to improve to 2-1 in MAC play and 8-7 overall. Hill's second free throw bounces off the front of the rim and off the back and does not fall. Here come the Falcons. Quick play. Thomas fires up a 3 and it goes. Trey Thomas knocks it down, and a full timeout is called for the Falcons. As they take a break, we will take one as well. We will be right back for the last 1 minute and 35 seconds of this one here in Muncie, Indiana. You have been listening to Ball State Basketball on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptoninn.com. At munciesuites.hamptoninn.com.
You're listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena, where the Cardinals have a 19-point lead with 1:34 to go in this one. 85-66 is the score. The Cardinals will inbound. Hail Mary pass to Hill where he loses his dribble. He's still going to go up with it and score 87-66. It looked like he was ready to throw down a nice dunk, but loses his dribble, so unable to do so. Here come the Falcons. Green hands it off. Thomas, his three-pointer, left short. Ethan Britton Watts with a scrappy rebound and fouled there by Exec Jr.
At this point, when you're running full court press and you're inbounding a pass, that's when it starts looking like backyard football. That's when you see legitimate routes being run. You saw Gorosito and I believe it was Britton Watts coming back to the ball. You saw Jamari Hill clear out. And it looks like backyard football. But for the Cardinals right now, the only thing you need to do is maintain like they've been doing all game. There's no need to do anything flashy. And on the defensive side, you still have to make them even more uncomfortable than they already are. There's 1:17 left. You're ahead by a large margin. They're going to be forcing up shots. All you have to do is make some sort of contest on those shots. Some might go in, even if all of them might go in. The Falcons could run out of time very easily if the Cardinals are continuing to play this keep-away style offense that they've been doing for the last few minutes. So at this point for Ball State, it's conserving time and being stout on defense. For Bowling Green, you are trying to get the fastest shots you can possible, but still have optimal opportunities for them to go in. We also have another opportunity, speaking of, for Tater Tots from Roots Burger Bar. We saw them from Derek Butler earlier.
And technical foul number 2 on the head coach of the Falcons. He will be done for the day. As Michael Lewis still greets him at the half-court line before he heads his way to the bench. Technical foul number 2, and Ethan Britton Watts will shoot 2 free throws.
At this point, when you're down by such a large margin, it's a frustrating game for Bowling Green, but there's no need to be doing that. You already have 1 technical on the day. To be jawing at an official is not going to get you in any better opportunity, especially if it's a close call and it's give or take on who would win the call. If you're jawing at an official in such a close game, the official might have an inclination to go to the other side because you haven't been exactly kind to him. I understand that you're frustrated, and it's a tough game to lose, to go on the road and lose by a large margin, but there's nothing but in doing that puts you in a better spot.
Yeah, it's just not wise to make that decision. Both free throws drop for the Cardinals, and then also Exec Jr. still had a free throw to shoot. He knocks it down. The Cardinals get it in, almost lose it. They do lose it, but not before it goes out of bounds. The Cardinals have it and will slow things down. Very smart decision there from Ethan Britton Watts. He is trapped at the half-court line, gets it over to Gorosito. He almost turns it over. Hernandez will have it. He gives it back to him. Juancin Gorosito fires up a deep 3 at the end of the shot clock. Does not go. Almost rebounded by the Cardinals. They will not get it with 40 seconds to go now. 67-89 in favor of the Cardinals. Trey Thomas drives. His mid-range jump shot drops through. He's up to 10 on the night. He had to sit for the majority of the second half due to foul trouble. The Cardinals will look to inbound again. They get it in, looking to beat the press.
Both teams are playing very errantly. This is where a lot of mistakes are made.
And a nice flush there from Joey Hart to finish this one off. Shot clock is turned off. The Falcons have it. Trey Thomas fires up a deep 3, doesn't get it to go. Into the hands of the Cardinals, and they will dribble this one out. The Cardinals will improve to 2-1 in MAC play, 8-7 on the season, in a statement win at home where they win 91-69.
What a performance from Ball State. I mean, everything we had seen that was a flaw from this team, they did as their succeeding quality. We talked about distribution and we talked about just overall lack of execution, and they were able to completely turn that narrative around today with a great statement win over Bowling Green. The biggest takeaway that I see from Ball State is that this is a team that's very adaptable. It's a team that is still learning. They're 2-1 now in the MAC with a lot of conference play left, and it's a team that could get even better with the amount of talent that they have. As for Bowling Green, it's the same thing. There's a lot of time left in conference play, and there's a lot of time to recover and get more time to recoup and figure out where the problems are and how to assess those. For me, I think it's the shutting down of the stars. Marcus Johnson didn't have too much. Derek Butler was starting to get hot late, but he didn't have as big of a contribution as he wanted. Neither did Trey Thomas until it was too late. And that's what the flaw was for Bowling Green tonight. Do you want more opportunities for those stars to potentially thrive? Or do you want the second guys to be able to step up even more and thrive in those opportunities when they're needed the most? It's going to be a big question for Bowling Green coming down the stretch and what could dictate their spot in the Mid-American Conference, potentially in the tournament, but in the league as a whole.
It was a good one throughout. The second half was back and forth, but in the end, the Cardinals are able to keep their lead and win this one in impressive fashion here at home on this snowy Saturday in Muncie, Indiana. The final from Worthen Arena, 91-69. The Cardinals take down the Falcons. For Dylan Budd, I have been LJ Shrieve. You have been listening to Cardinal Basketball on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you, less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptoninn.com. At munciesuites.hamptoninn.com.